Hi guys, Stephanie and Buddy here from the Denman Homestead, and we have a story we'd like to tell you about today. And I actually wasn't going to share this because I don't know, it's not something I'm happy that happened, but the more I thought about it, the more I thought it might be beneficial for someone else in this situation. Like a learning experience, because I've never had this happen before, so I wanted to pass along what happened and what worked for us today to save Kanga's life.
Yeah, I got a very scared phone call during the day.
Yeah, I was pretty panicked. Look at her.
I know. She's like, "Why have you stopped petting me?"
So today I came home and we had a ton of ants all over our back patio, and I found the source of where they were coming from. It was a mound right off the back of the patio, and I have this ant killer here. It's fire ant killer. Amdro. And it looks like cornmeal. Like when you shake it out, it's like granules and it's yellow and it looks like cornmeal or grits or something, like hominy or something. But it's ant poison, and the recommended dose is like 5 tablespoons on a mound when it's active. So I dumped about 5 tablespoons, a good amount, all over this mound. And Kanga was on her chain, and I guess I just wasn't thinking that that would be anything she would be interested in eating. But I turned around, I went to go feed the chickens, and by the time I came back, which was less than like 2 minutes, she had already eaten all of it. Like, she was licking the last parts of it off the ground.
That was when I got a call, I think.
Yeah, I panicked. I stood there kind of frozen, like, questioning where all of it went, and as she was licking the ground, like, surely she just didn't eat all that poison.
It's like, it made me think of all the times that we've gone around with fire ant killer and put fire ant killer on the fire ant mounds.
But most of the time it smells really bad. The ones that we use smells bad, but this doesn't. This is the first time I've ever used this brand or this kind. It doesn't smell bad at all, and I'm wondering if maybe it smelled good to her. But yeah, as soon as I saw that she had been eating it, I panicked. And I called the vet and I told him what happened, and the only instruction they gave me was get some peroxide, feed it to her until she throws up. And I was like, okay. I hung up the phone. We didn't have any peroxide for whatever reason. I thought we did. I couldn't find it. Kim was mowing. I just ran in her house, found her peroxide. She didn't even know I was in and out of her house. Ran back home, found a syringe plunger thing, dumped some peroxide in a bowl, and then I was like, feed her peroxide until she throws up. Well, I got a full 5 cc's of this syringe, and I just squirted it in the back of her mouth. And I could tell it was kind of foaming a little bit. She was shaking her head, and I just waited. And then Kanga just kind of was like, why'd you do that, Mom? And she didn't really, like, nothing happened. So then I called Bree, and I talked to Bree about it, and she said, yeah, peroxide's the best thing for her, but let me tell you the actual dosage. So Bree told me the correct dose to give to her to induce vomiting, because the vet just said give it to her until she pukes. Well, I didn't, because apparently there's an actual, you're not supposed to go over a certain amount per body weight. So I gave her dosage, and Bree said wait 10 minutes, and if she doesn't throw up, give her a second dose. And Kanga just laid down and took a nap in the grass. Like, she was like, I've never seen, like, it just totally unbothered. I was like, maybe the ant poison isn't bothering her. Maybe the peroxide is, like, maybe she has a stomach of steel. I don't know, but I was panicking because I knew I needed to get this up. I was even thinking of shoving my finger down her throat or something. I didn't know what I was going to do. Waited 10 minutes. I called Bree back. I said, Bree, this dog is asleep with peroxide. She said, go get Kim, because Bree wasn't at home, but she was like talking me through it. She said, if Kim is nearby, ask Kim to hold Kanga's mouth open, because Kanga was kind of fighting me and pushing her tongue, and I didn't know how much she was actually swallowing. So Kim held Kanga's mouth open, and while I was able to get a full 5 cc's of peroxide down her throat for the 4th time. This is the 4th syringe full by this point. And about 5 minutes later, she started getting uneasy and walking around, and finally she threw up, which it had been probably about a good 30 or 45 minutes since she ingested the poison. When she did throw up, I could see that it was the granules. Like, it didn't look like it had a chance to really digest yet. So Bree told me, she's probably going to be sick for maybe 24 hours. Things are probably not going to be settled for a while. So just if she does continue to throw up, that's normal. She told me everything to look out for, that it may cause her to have some bloody, because it's an irritant for her esophagus, and then going through the system, she might have some bloody stool. So Bree really came in clutch for me to tell me what I should do, how I should do it. I was so thankful for her in that moment, because calling the vet back, you're on hold, and they have to go talk to the vet, and they have to go ask the doctor, and Bree really helped me help Kanga in the best and quickest way possible. So I really appreciate her and Kim helping me get the right medicine for Kanga. But we just wanted to share the story with you today, because it was a really scary situation. Never encountered that before. I've never had to make one of my animals purposefully throw up. So if you do encounter something like that, peroxide is your friend. Just squirt it down their throat. Her body weight required 7 cc's. She's about 15 to 20 pounds, so her body weight was 7 cc's every 10 minutes. You can do it twice, do 7 cc's, wait 10 minutes, do 7 cc's, wait 10 minutes. And then Bree said to kind of cut it in half if you have to do it again. But she said she's never encountered an animal that didn't eventually throw up with the peroxide.
I think this is where we should say, we're not veterinarians. We're not giving you
medical advice
for your animals. This is just what happened in our situation.
Right, yeah. Please don't, in a pinch, in a bad situation, this is what worked for us. And actually, this happened how many hours ago?
I don't know, it was like lunchtime, right?
Yeah. So I guess 7 hours ago, and she's already eaten some of her kibble. I gave her a little bit, maybe a quarter of a cup, and she ate that right away. She's drank plenty of water. Bree said to give her some Pedialyte or some Gatorade, so I've mixed a little bit in with her water just to replenish some of those fluids that she lost, because once she started, she was going for a while till it was all, there's nothing left. So she's been drinking water and resting, and for the past couple hours she's not had any vomiting, but I think she's good now. I think she's good, but
yeah. I got the call around, it was maybe right after lunch, and it was very panicked, and it was, do we have hydrogen peroxide? And I was like, I don't think so. I think we just have alcohol, rubbing alcohol. We don't have any hydrogen peroxide. And I was like, what's going on? Just tell me. And she's like, Kanga just ate a bunch of ant poison. And I was like, what? Kanga ate ant poison? What are you talking about? She's like,
look, Luna's just sniffing this thing, licking her lips.
She goes, I gotta go talk to your mom. And she runs off, and I'm freaking out at that point. I'm stuck at work, trying to figure out what's going on, but she let me know she got her to throw it all up. But yeah, that was super scary.
Yeah. And then, just for safe measure, and this is kind of gross, but I picked up everything she threw up because it wasn't fully digested, and I didn't want another animal coming, because that's what animals do. I mean, if you've got animals, that's what they do. Chickens or whatever, another dog or a cat will come by and have a meal off of it. But so I picked it up to make sure that no one else was going to be getting poisoned. But we're happy that she's doing better and she's feeling better. And
Yeah.
this dog, we did a video a long time ago about our animals and where they came from and their stories, and she's one of them that has put us through the ringer.
She's unstoppable though.
Yeah, she's a survivor.
I don't know why that ant food smells or tastes like food. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
To
I don't
her.
know. I'm just gonna smell it. I know it might sound dumb, but oh, that has a sweet smell.
It is sweet. Why?
It's a sweet smelling.
It almost smells like food.
Yeah, and it looks like
Cornbread.
Yeah.
Cornmeal.
it has
That is so
a
weird.
it has a sweet. Maybe it's to attract the ants to eat it.
I guess, but okay, we'll just be careful with that
Yeah.
because all the ant poison, fire ant poison we've ever had here stinks to high heaven. I've never smelled a sweet smelling bread, like a sweet bread. It's almost like a cornmeal
Yeah,
fire ant killer. Like that's so weird.
yeah.
But yeah, we're not gonna be using that again.
So, just a PSA, and also, like Buddy said, you know, we're not professionals by any means, but I am thankful that Bree has worked for a vet for a long time, and she's got veterinary experience, and she was able to calmly walk me through it. She even offered to come by later when she got home to do a little checkup on Kanga, but I told her I would only call her if I thought she was going downhill. But she seemed to be bouncing back just fine, so she gave me really great advice. So I give a lot of credit to Bree helping me through this tough time with Kanga, because we want Kanga to stick around for as long as she can.
Well, I mean, scary moment for sure. But yeah, we wanted to go ahead and make this just in case it might help someone else. But yeah, definitely scary. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Catch you on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Say bye, Kinga.
Kanga, wake up.
Say bye, Kingas.
Bye.
Say bye, Kinga.
Luna's like, what about me?
Yeah.
What about loons?
On the Denman homestead, where the sun sets golden in the west, we live in harmony with nature, doing what we love best. From the garden to the kitchen, and the bees inside their hive. On the Denman homestead, come along and plant, nourish, thrive.